Ladies and gentlemen, the following match is our second and final main event of Hell on Earth 3, and it's the second ever Pure Hell match for the BEWA Championship. The way a Pure Hell match works is simple. You must score a pinfall and a submission before you're allowed to use a ladder to try to get the belt.
Welcome to the main event of Hell on Earth 3, ladies and gentlemen. I'm being joined here in commentary by Henry Swank. And this is a match that's been in the writings for years now. Ryan Stevens, Eric Spade, former running mates, former Unified World Tag Team Champions, grown together since the XPW days in Glen Burnie. Now Ryan Stevens and Spade headlining one of the biggest shows of the year. The self-proclaimed Suplex King, Ryan Stevens, wants what he believes is rightfully his. I'm awesome, bitch!
Oh shit.
And Ryan Stevens is a man on a mission right now, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Stevens was inactive since being fired at the end of last year. Came back from an injury, worked his way up, wrestled in a phenomenal triple threat match featuring some of the younger talent. And now Stevens is right back where he belongs, right back in that top spot, and he wants Eric Spade.
I'll tell you what, everything you just said is important, no doubt. But if I'm Ryan Stevens, I gotta wonder what the weight limit is on that ladder, because he is a fat, portly bitch.
Well, he's no Rocky Phoenix, but Stevens is up there. He's heavy. But,
oh my God, here comes the champ.
Here's the current and defending BWA champion.
I can't even remember the last time this guy has lost a match.
Eric Spade, a man who's been on a mission. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Spade does not have his BWA title. It's suspended above the ring. You heard Chris Bomber say it, folks. Before you can climb the ladder to retrieve the title, you must secure a pinfall or a submission. Here comes Eric Spade, and he doesn't have anything on his mind but Ryan Stevens.
It's actually a pinfall and a submission.
A pinfall and a submission. Pardon, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, man.
Henry has my back here. This is a match. If you had to pick one, Henry, who are you going for? Stevens or Spade?
Oh man, I gotta go with the champ. I mean, he has not lost a match since like I don't even remember. He's come close. People have come close, but he always finds a way to win, and I think he's gonna do it again here tonight.
Eric Spade's beating them all. He beat Ryan Stevens. He beat Ray Black. He beat Ronald Scott. But Eric Spade has the impressive resume. More impressive than just about anybody. Now for the pre-match introduction.
With no time limit, there must be a winner. Introducing first, standing to my right, he is a former four-time tag team champion, a former two-time United States champion, and a former BEWA champion. Soon to be two-time.
Ryan Stevens, he's a man who's done it all. His experience speaks for itself, and so is his opponent and former running mate.
Champion. He is the 2011 Ascension Tournament winner. He is your current and defending BEWA champion, indestructible Eric Spade.
I gotta tell you, man, before this shit gets started, normally the champion would have a distinct advantage. The challenger has to beat the champion. Now, I mean, there is no advantage.
It's up in arms. There's no disqualifications. Oh, and Spade starts it off with a huge face wash in the corner.
18 seconds.
Now look at Eric Spade going to work. Ryan Stevens. This is a match that's been building since the days of the XB. Oh my God!
He slapped him like I slapped that kid this morning. He said, "Bitch, where's my sandwich?" She said, "I'm only 6 years old. I don't know how to make a sandwich." Oh my God!
Spade and Stevens are unloading on one another. This is pure hell, ladies and gentlemen.
Killing each other. This is turning me on pretty good.
Eric Spade and Ryan Stevens are absolutely no strangers to one another. Eric Spade, formerly known as the Reaper in XPW, one of the most dominant federations in the history of backyard, in the history of not just Maryland. Ryan Stevens, the icon, a man who's been a champion everywhere he's been. No one is a more credible opponent, a more credible threat for the BWA title than Ryan Stevens. and nobody wants to take Spade through pure hell like his former running mate.
Yeah, I mean, these guys know each other so well. It's going to be kind of interesting to see how many times we're going to see them counter each other's moves. I mean, they know each other so well. God.
So well. These men have done everything together. They travel the road together. They've been to various federations. They've been all across the Mid-Atlantic region looking for top talent. They've had numerous historical bouts against the Irish Truth. And oh my God! Eric Spade is unloading on Stevens.
Turned him around or something.
These men went from best friends to worst enemy. When in a group, somebody wants to be more successful than the other, and jealousy and rage has accumulated to this, Henry.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Some people called Chris Bomber a nut for rehiring Ryan Stevens, but I got to tell you what. If he didn't, we wouldn't be having this match right now. And I'll tell you what, this is what the fans came to see tonight.
A packed house indeed. The people want to see pure hell. Ryan Stevens, the self-proclaimed Suplex King, versus Eric Spade, the man who breaks arms.
I think he might have just did it again.
Eric Spade is so aggressive. When you see him in the ring, nobody is able to dissect a limb, work a body part over. He wrestles with an older 1980s mentality, like he could have been one of the Andersons. Spade goes to work, he dissects a limb.
Ryan Stevens actually very wisely trying to catch a breather. I mean, Eric Spade's been all over him like Henry Swank on Small Children.
Oh no! Oh! 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 Stevens counters the move that broke his arm and then hits him with a huge forearm across the jaw.
What I was talking about, man. I mean, they know each other so well. I think Ryan Stevens was just kind of playing possum with Eric Spade a little bit.
You're going with the champ, Henry. I'm going with the challenger. Ryan Stevens is one of the most accomplished wrestlers in the history of the state of Maryland, just in general. No one brings it on a daily basis like Ryan Stevens. And don't let his physique fool you. Stevens full of power, full of aggressive energy.
Well, I said he was a portly fit. For a guy that big, he can move it around. He's pretty agile, like a fat cat.
He's a very, very aggressive, very just diverse individual, and you can see Stevens using his powers, just driving the shoulder right across the abdomen of Spade. Wait a minute, Spade pushes Stevens off, coming back. Oh! And a power bomb onto the canvas. Ryan Stevens is an absolute wrestling genius. There's no maneuver Stevens doesn't know, and there's no maneuver he doesn't know how to counter his way out of. He's been there from wrestling backyards in Glen Burnie to selling out arenas all across the world. Ryan Stevens is a man who has just the most physical demeanor and has that steel chair in hand. Where's Stevens going? Stalking Spade.
All right.
He's got the steel. Oh! Right across that midsection. And a blow to the back. Stevens really bringing it with that chair shot, Henry.
I'll tell you what, he doesn't need to see a chiropractor after that, because that just flattened his back out pretty good. He'll actually thank Ryan Stevens for that later.
I'm sure a couple of hours of Henry Swank could have flattened his back too.
Yeah, it's true. That's a good point.
Main event, ladies and gentlemen, pure hell. You heard Chris Bomber say it before. Before a superstar can climb up the ladder to try to retrieve the BWA Championship, he must score a pinfall and a submission.
I gotta tell you what, I mean, if you're thinking about a standard match, just a regular match with no stipulations, I mean, it takes a long time just to get one or the other.
One or the other.
Both before you can even climb the ladder. I mean, this match is crazy. Chris Bomber is, he stayed up late at night thinking of this one.
They call him the Mad Bomber for a reason. And if you think about it, a contest is usually scheduled for one fall, but to make a man submit, pin him, and climb a ladder, you've just successfully defeated a guy 3 times.
Exactly.
There's no excuse as to why you can't walk away with a victory from this matchup with the BWA Championship.
Just another point, you said he's mad, Chris Bomber's mad. I mean, anybody that'll give me a job is nuts. And Chris Bomber gave me a job, and to his credit, he hired me back after I was incarcerated for molesting small children. And he knows what's good for ratings, I guess.
Look at the field. If it's grass, play ball, Henry. Here comes Stevens now back on the onslaught, working the knee of Eric Spade.
Sometimes you got to play in the mud.
That's disgusting, but what you do is what you do. What's Ryan Stevens looking for?
Oh gosh.
Oh, that chair just bended around Eric Spade.
It's like a brand new chair. Not anymore. Hey, Henry Swank wants that chair.
Whether you like Ryan Stevens or whether you hate him, you have to respect everything Ryan Stevens brings to a match. Hooks the leg, covered. 2, no! Only a 2 count. Stevens looking to secure the first pinfall of the match. And Ryan Stevens, he's so diverse, so well-rounded. He has amazing athleticism for a man of his size. He has the submissions down, the suplexes, anything you can expect from a wrestler. All of the qualities that it takes to build a top champion, Ryan Stevens possesses them. And the same thing can be said for Eric Spade. And look for that close on. Ducks it. Oh! His forearm from Stevens. It's over, Henry. Hooks the leg, only a 2.
There was a lot of spinning and spanning and flipping and flopping there. I was hoping to see some titties flopping around. Ryan Stevens title match. Do it again! Yeah, I did miss that. I was falling asleep. I
don't even like him.
All right, man. My partner's he's gonna go drop a deuce. Henry Swank with you. Oh God! Here comes a nice big neck break. Oh! Wow! There are no words to describe what I just saw there. I mean, he looked like he was going for a wrestling move, and he just turned around and clobbered him. It was clobbering time. That was amazing. Oh my God! Comes another. What is going on here?
Give me a time.
Ryan Stevens just executed 3 suplexes and 3 different kinds of suplexes, and that's more moves that most people have in their moveset to begin with. Wow. Yeah, I'd go for a cover 2. How in the hell did Eric Spade kick out? I mean, I think a couple of Eric Spade's teeth are laying in the ring after the forearm. How did he even kick out of that pin? And the fans are just going wild over this BWA action we got here. Sorry, we're having a camera swap.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. This match I had to go take a breath of fresh air. These 2 fierce competitors. The main event of Hell in Earth 3, which would have been Breaking Point 4, but you know how that worked out, Vince.
Spade, do you give up?
Spade and Stevens. This match is the Pure Hell match. The second time the BWA Championship has been on the line in a Pure Hell match. And now look at Ryan Stevens. He's got him. Oh! I thought he was going for a backslide, but that is the diversity of Ryan Stevens, and you gotta cover him.
He's gotta hurry up and cover him. I mean, that's.
Oh, Stevens looking for a submission. He wants to make Spade.
Give the crossface.
The Nancy Killer. Spade rolls over. Has to cover. Stevens back in control. This match is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Now Spade clubbing away at Stevens with those forearms. Eric Spade brings it. He's the epitome of what the BWA represents, and there couldn't have been a better BWA champion than Eric Spade. He's resilient. He has everything it takes. Spade worked his way up the ladder. He's really the last of a dying breed of people who earn opportunities and make the most of them. And Spade has a steel chair. He breaks arms, folks. I wonder what he has in store for his former tag partner, Ryan Stevens.
Let me ask you a question. I mean, you got to lose 3 times. I mean, do you take that into account when you're trying to strategize for a match like this? Do you maybe take it?
Oh! Who throws? Well, you have to take it into account because as you're training yourself for weeks in advance for a contest like this, you have to get your stamina ready. It's really a 3-fall contest, and you have to be prepared. You have to know that there's no time limit. This match, oh my goodness, he's got to get the cover.
There's so much action, we can't even talk about it. Like, we can't even bring up any points, but wow, that was an amazing move there. I guess the thing I'm kind of getting at is, do you maybe just take a pinfall knowing that, you have to get submitted and you have to, have the other person climb the ladder. You might be able to use that to your advantage. Gosh. This is a painful.
Eric Spade is an innovative
I gotta take some notes.
You looking to try some of that with Prime Time later, huh?
Oh man, Prime Time, Jason G. I gotta tell you,
Stevens, rolls through it. There's no rope breaks, ladies and gentlemen. It's pure hell.
I think that was more just an act of desperation on Ryan Stevens. He saw a short opportunity to try to make something happen there.
Now, wait a minute. Eric Spade has that ladder. What's he doing? The defending BWA champion, Eric Spade.
I can still use it as a weapon.
Oh, yeah. Huh? Maybe you can. What's your rules?
Somebody should tell the music man to put a shirt back on.
Wow, man, I'm staring at them titties, man.
He has some in the front.
My mama.
He's got titties on his front and his back.
Eric Spade setting up the ladder precariously on the corner there, and if I'm Ryan Stevens, I better figure something out.
Spade, Irish whip, Stevens counters it. Whoa! T-bone suplex onto the ladder in the corner. Ryan Stevens is a genius. Ryan Stevens is a wrestling god.
Thank you. I know.
And Stevens just capitalized. Spade didn't put enough effort into the Irish whip. Stevens able to plant his feet, pivot at the right time, and you can see Spade clutching his lower back.
Yeah, I mean, that
could secure Stevens a pinfall, but he has to capitalize.
Maybe now he needs to see a chiropractor after that shit. That was ridiculous.
And Ryan Stevens is such a deranged individual that he hasn't had enough. He hasn't punished Spade enough.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
Double underhook. Awesome wings from Stevens. Hooks the leg. You gotta get it. Doesn't hook the leg. Out of desperation, no.
All this talk about wings is kind of making me hungry. I'm gonna hit up the buffet and get some wings.
That would be amazing, partner.
Rocky Phoenix is there though. We lose.
There might not be anything left by the time we get there. You got Spade, I got Stevens. Whoever you pick, if you're right, I'll buy you dinner. I'm right, you buy me dinner.
All right, they have all.
And after that T-bone suplex into the corner, an outrageous
Look on his face. I mean, this guy's in another zone right now.
Stevens has to be wondering, what is it going to take? What's more important to Stevens, the BWA Championship or dismantling Eric Spade, a man who he feels like he put on his back and carried to the top?
Wow.
Uh-oh.
All I can say is wow.
Another awesome wings. Double underhook. No, no. Oh! A package. Pile driver on the steel. It's over. Stevens, cover him. Cover him and make him tap.
It's over. He's dead.
Eric Spade, Ryan Stevens has secured a pinfall. Now all he has to do is get a submission and he can begin to climb the ladder and retrieve what he believes should rightfully be his.
Look, man, I'm no doctor, but Eric Spade, he's done. There's no tapping out because he's not even I see a little bit of movement there. Maybe
I wouldn't say that Eric Spade is done, but I've seen Eric Spade beat the best of the best that the BWA has to offer time and time again.
That's right, Spade.
You can never count him out.
You did.
Now it's time to make you spit.
Ryan the Icon
Hey, man, why don't
Stevens.
you take off that shirt, man? I want to see that body under there.
You know who the ultimate winner is out of this? Reaper.
Henry Swank.
Because these two get to kill each other.
Huge senton from Stevens.
Good point.
There you go. That's the athleticism. And you have to wonder, as Chris Bomber stated, Reaper, a man who's won the Hardcore Hell tournament and gets to face the winner of this contest. Reaper has the advantage because these men are going to dismantle each other. And there's only a month between today and Legacy.
Yeah, I mean, but you got to think too that. Oh God, here we go. He's going for it right now.
Stevens has that lock. He has a submission hold applied.
God, I'm thinking I picked the wrong dude.
When you think of the greatest matches that the BWA's ever had, you think of the Damnation series between Masters and Practice, Havoc and Kid, and then the Concrete and Opening Day at Patterson Park. But now you have to wonder, when it's all said and done, will people say Ryan Stevens and Eric Spade in a pure hell match?
Wait a minute.
Ryan Stevens just got a submit victory.
Ryan Stevens just made Spade submit. Stevens can get what's rightfully his. Stevens can get that BWA title.
Don't point at it. They're going to come to you.
Forever, this match has been building since their careers blossomed. From the days of Glenn Burney, from all over the internet, from being sensations, from being download darlings. Stevens, Spade, the icon, the former Reaper. This match is everything.
I gotta tell you, man, Reaper might be facing Ryan Stevens' legacy. I mean, all he's got to do is get up that tag circle. Looks like I owe you dinner, friend.
Well, you gotta imagine, Henry, every tag team has a Michaels and a Jannetty. And if Stevens wins this match, then he's Shawn Michaels.
I like Marty Jannetty, man.
I'm sure Marty Jannetty likes Marty Jannetty. It doesn't really make a difference. Stevens climbing that ladder. He's about 3 feet away from winning the BWA Championship.
That's not wise.
Spade's back up. Spade kicks Stevens off the ladder. Stevens is down. Spade is down. A huge drop kick out of desperation.
Spade had to dig down deep to find the strength to do that, and that turned me on like you would not believe.
Eric Spade is a phenomenal individual, one of the fiercest competitors in any sport, anywhere. But Ryan Stevens is so conniving. He's brilliant. When you put him in those fours, put him in a squared circle, nobody knows their surroundings and what to do like Ryan Stevens. And here comes Spade with this huge forearm shots and a European uppercut. Oh, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't get quite the best shot, but I jumped because I felt Stevens' pain.
What a measure of disrespect there.
Out of the corner goes Spade, and another boot across the face. What is this fat monstrosity doing running in front of the camera during this match? Everyone's watching. The amount of respect that these two superstars demand is amazing. Superstars from the back, superstars who've already wrestled their matches are out here looking on. You know, Samuel Masters outside watching the match. DJ Carter.
Zoom in on the referee's butt there. Very good.
I think the referee would like that. Rolls through. 2, 3. He caught Stevens off guard. That's a pinfall for Spade. Come on, Ryan.
Somebody needs to give that referee counting lessons. Elementary school. 1, 2, 3. Not 1, 3.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
NWO for life. When you're NWO, you're NWO for life.
For life. Henry Swank.
I hate Ultimate.
And you've got to imagine, Henry, that Reaper is somewhere watching these two men dissect one another because he faces the winner. Stevens submits. He doesn't want his arm snapped in two. Spade not let it go.
And that is smart. That is so smart. I mean, that extra couple of seconds of that submission, I mean, that could be everything. You need your hand to guide
You can't win the match by submission, but you can beat your opponent down so he can't stop you from climbing, Henry.
Wow. What a hellacious match we've seen so far. And I got to tell you, beside the fact that I got a huge boner right now.
I thought it was your gun.
There he goes.
Eric Spade, he's trying to get that ladder secure. It's a very flimsy ladder. And Spade climbing up. He checks back to see if Stevens is close to thwarting him. But
He didn't get it lined up, Ryan.
back chop from Ryan Stevens. And at one time, in somebody's opinion, he said chops were cop-outs, but that move right there. could have destroyed. Oh no! Stevens has got him! Powerbomb into the turnbuckle! Stevens! Flipping senton!
Oh no. Come on, that chair's had enough, man.
These two men embody physicality.
That's not wise. It's not wise. It's not wise.
Eric Spade just ate that chair.
If this isn't the greatest match I've ever been privileged to call as a commentator, I don't know what is. But Spade and Stevens are absolutely dismantling one another. Come on, Stevens. You're done punishing him. You're 30 minutes into the match. You got to get the title before fatigue starts to set in.
Wow.
Shut up, man.
There might not be anything left of either one of these dudes.
Spade and Stevens, whoever wins this match, both of them brought it. You have to applaud their physical ability. You've got to applaud everything that's been put into this match. The months and years of build-up. Chris Bomber rehiring Ryan Stevens because he knew Spade's reign as champion would never be validated unless he could get his hands on Stevens one more time. Stevens took too long. Spade had time to capitalize, and he drop kicks that ladder. Bring to the face of Ryan Stevens, the self-proclaimed suplex king.
That was not nice. On a scale 1 to 10, 1 being like
no,
nice.
This is how Spade broke Stevens' arm before, Henry.
He better. I hope he does it again, because Ryan Stevens might pull away with this one if he's not. If Eric Spade's not careful.
Not again. No! That arm! Stevens is out of it! Spade has everything to win! Get your gold! Stevens, get in there! You're gonna make me buy Henry dinner!
And I'm not cheap either, baby. I like a big meal.
Come on, Stevens! Spade is about 5 feet away from successfully retaining his PW championship in the most gruesome match. But Spade is out of it, folks. Spade has nothing left. Stevens dismantles him. And now here comes Ryan Stevens right back into the match.
Where's Ryan Stevens' man friend?
Ryan Stevens is him and Eric Spade are some of the, oh goodness, right in the face.
Oh, man. Just grab the belt. What are you doing?
No! What the hell is Eric Spade doing? Oh my God! That was amazing! That was awesome! To quote Ryan Stevens, and that was it! Go, Eric Spade! Get your gold! No!
Why did he just grab the belt? Instead of doing that, he could have just grabbed him, won the match. He wants to hurt his former partner. He wants to kill him.
Tuck your head at all times. Well, we learned this time.
Eric Spade just destroyed Ryan Stevens and what was probably the most physically gruesome move I've ever seen in all of my years calling wrestling matches. And
Ryan Stevens getting to his feet.
Stevens getting up, but I don't think he knows where he is. He's setting up another ladder. You gotta get him off of that one. Oh my God.
This can only spell disaster. 2 dudes, 2 ladders, 1 belt.
This is the climax, Henry. Snapmare driver.
Are you good?
What's going on?
Ryan Stevens is hurt.
What happened?
Eric Spade wants to know what happened. Bomber's saying, just get the belt, just get out of here.
What's going on here?
Wait a minute! Stevens robbed him! Stevens using Bomber! No! It's over! Ryan Stevens has done it! Ryan Stevens has deceived us all! No! Not this way!
Oh my God!
Stevens! He's got it! Ryan Stevens is the new BEWA champion!
What happened to Chris Bomber?
Reaper, wherever you are, I hope you're watching, because that's your opponent at Legacy. Ryan Stevens, ever the
Chris Bomber
opportunity.
cannot let this stand.
I told you I'd get it back.
Congratulations, champ. I told you. You owe me dinner, Henry. Congratulations, champ.
Damn. Well, I guess I owe you dinner. Wow.
What a match. What a contest.
I'll see Reaper at Legacy, and he'll see why I'm awesome. Bitch!
There you have it,
Wow.
Reaper. Wherever you are, it's on Legacy. Reaper Stevens, BWA title.
I can't believe what I just saw here today. What an act of deception. What very calculated. You hit the nail on the head. He's very conniving. Eric Spade laying in disbelief. He could not believe it. He was so close.
What a show from opening to closing. What an amazing event. Ryan Stevens, Eric Spade is furious. The match is amazing, but he didn't win. But that match was an accomplishment within itself.
My name's Henry Swank, and I got big balls, and I like children.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.